Hey there guys, I'm out here at the woods in Provost, and you know, I've heard the rumors and the stories. There's dark evil spirits in these woods, the worst of the worst, the personification of evil. I'm gonna go look in here. We're gonna bring the camera. Actually, I have a tripod to hold it by so it's not as shaky. I wanna try and make this look a little bit better than most people that document stuff. We got the tripod, we're going in these woods. Let's see what we find. This should be exciting. I feel like I should mess with the focus. I don't know. Do you want to watch me the whole time? Walk with me, or do you want to see what I'm seeing? I hope none of the footage gets corrupted on here. You know that? Why does that happen? Does anyone know why that happens? Where sometimes you film something and then you lose the footage. It's like, what's wrong with my camera? You know? What the fuck? What is that? No way. That, you know what that looks like. That's fucked up. It's really messed up. I'm spooked now. What the hell is that one? It's got a giant ass tree in the way. There's noises going on everywhere. This is some spooky shit, I'll be honest. A little bit scary, but you know, it's like a couple twigs. Hey there guys, we're out here in the woods, the creepy ambiance-filled woods, and let's talk about Blair Witch, shall we? It's a sequel to the original Blair Witch project from 1999, the big independent horror film success that they made it on almost no budget, and it was just these actors sort of improvising. It was almost a prank. The directors just give them a little bit of food and send them off, and then they'll find a note like, all right, now you have to do this. And they didn't know what was going on or where it was going. It was a big improv independent movie, and it was super successful, and it was creepy. It had some nice tension, terror, subtlety, you know? And this one is the sequel. You know, there was Blair Witch, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, that pile of shit. But this is the sequel to it. Heather, her brother, whatever his name is, it's been like 16, 20 years, something like that. And so he's going out there to try find her, because like new video footage resurfaced, so he's like, maybe my sister's out there. Maybe I can find her, or at least get closure with what happened to her. He brings his friends, they bring a lot of cameras, and what do you know, bad shit happens. And this is directed by Adam Wingard, a director I really like actually. VHS, his segments in that, his segment in ABCs of Death, You're Next. I really love The Guest. He's a new director he's not a big time director yet. He's not a big name, but he's one of the newcomers that's like, that guy's really talented. I want to see everything he does because I enjoy all his work. So I was very excited because it was like this movie was being secretly made. They were calling it The Woods, and then suddenly at Comic-Con they unveiled, guess what? It's Blair Witch, bitch. It's a sequel, but it's kind of a remake too. It's very similar. And I won't lie, I got excited. Like, I like this director. This could be a cool prospect. You know, Blair Witch, the original, the Blair Witch Project, I thought was suspenseful. It had some nice subtlety, but at times it was way too slow, and the actors weren't exactly the best. Like, it felt real, but it could have been a little bit better. There's areas for improvement for sure, but it was like so much that you didn't know, so much left up for speculation. You never saw the Blair Witch, because that's one tidbit I like. They were supposed to point the camera to see some version of it, but they didn't aim it far enough, and they were like, fuck, that's all we had time for. It was super indie, but there's a lot about that movie to like. It's not the best movie, it is too slow, but overall it's a good movie. I like it. So this one I was hoping maybe they can improve on. I like Adam Wingard. Improve, put a little bit more money in, make it overall just a scarier, more suspenseful, but still keep the subtlety and stuff. Keep the soul of Blair Witch, but just improve on it. That's what I was hoping for. And what we got was basically a remake that's a sequel. It's very much the same exact movie with just a little bit extra peppered on at the end. Like, here's some more stuff, maybe a little bit more mythology and more cameras, better looking cameras. The original, it was the actors, they had their 1 or 2 cameras and that was it. And what they got was what they got. They spent a long ass time editing it to work out what would work as a movie. And in this, they actually had a script. They knew what they were doing. They weren't making it up. They were just like, here's what we're gonna do. We got all these really good looking cameras, like ear cameras for God's sake. Little things that stick on there, GoPros or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's gonna look great. It's like The Visit, where it's like she's got a DSLR like I'm using, but when it comes out looking actual film quality, it's just okay. I get it. You want it to look good, but you know, that's something I kind of like about the original. The grittiness. It was exactly camera footage. It wasn't video film quality footage that they were pretending was little video cameras. It actually was the little video camera footage. So it added to the grittiness and realism because people thought it was real. They paraded it around as real. It was a big prank on everyone. And like the real feeling, the realistic, they're not polished actors, it's all improv, the footage is all very raw and gritty. That added to the realism. It's obviously a movie. But there's still a lot to like. Adam Wingard is a good director and he at times has such brilliance in this movie for what they do. He really at times is really able to play up the suspense and creepy factor. And when he wants to go bombastic over the top more than the original ever would, like he goes for like, fuck it. Everything, just throw it at him, all of it. Like at times it's really good, really effective. At the end, it was creepy. I was a little bit freaked out. He really did a good job there. And all the actors, not memorable characters in the slightest. They're all bland, generic characters for the most part, but they gave good performances, which doesn't make up for it, but they were good. They were enjoyable to watch. Like, you're not a bad actor. Thank you for doing that much. I wish you were an interesting character, but you acted good. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hearing a lot of creepy noises. And another thing I'll credit, they added some creepy mythology to this. In the original, it was very ambiguous. What was it? Because there's a story of Rustin Parr, the guy that killed children, made him stand in the corner. So that's where you get the iconic Blair Witch guy standing in the corner, all creepy. You know, that thing. And then there's like the stories about the Blair Witch. She tried to pull a lady in the water, and all these different stories about her and stuff. So it left a level of ambiguity to the movie where it's like, so what was it? Was it the Blair Witch? Was it this guy? What went on? Did they just go crazy and get lost in the woods? There is a level of not knowing what was going on in this. They add to the mythology more to try add to the ambiguity, but at the end of the day, they kind of go bombastic over the top, and you're kind of going to see what's going on. This one's not as ambiguous, although they set it up some good tension and mystery to what could be going on. At the end of it, they do kind of just say, all right, here's kind of a solid answer for what's going on. Right there. No more ambiguity, no more questions. You know, you want some answers? Here's some damn answers. Check this shit out. And I'll tell you something, you know, that bombastic over the top at times, like they build up suspense and then they're giving it to you. Check this out. Isn't it scary? And at times it works, and other times, you know what it is? A lot of fucking jump scares! I hate jump scares. I do, because it's not because they're startling, it's because they're cheap and lame and easy to do. Have your friend run up to the other person and startle them. They don't make any noise. They're silent as a fucking ninja until they're right here. Then they bump into them and everyone starts screaming. It's a jump scare. There's loud noises and you get startled. That's what happens, but it's not scary. It's cheap. It's lame. If you're in the woods and there's all these stories, your sister disappeared, you think there might be a witch or this or that, it's very creepy, you're gonna sneak up on your friends and startle them? No, you're gonna, from 10 feet away, be like, hey man, come over here, I gotta show you something. You're not gonna run up. And I don't mind a jump scare necessarily if it's like not false, if it's actually something scary. Like in a lot of horror movies this year, all the good ones that I saw, you know, Conjuring 2, Lights Out and stuff like that, pretty much all the jump scares, as far as I remember, like Insidious movies, stuff like that, they're all legitimate things to be scared of. Some pops up and scares you because it's threatening. It could hurt you. It's something that could kill you, you know? They're not doing the stupid friend startles another friend. That's something that should be behind us. Just bury it in a ditch with all those dead hookers. Move on, never look back. You know, just stop doing that. And another thing, this isn't the biggest complaint in the world, but you know, all the cameras, it's not that they look good, although it takes away from the gritty, realistic feeling. It feels like a polished movie, but there's a lot of cameras. They have a DSLR, another dude has a camera, there's like 4 or 5 like earpiece cameras, so there's all sorts of angles. So every time something creepy happens, you got all these great new angles of it. And in the original, a lot of found footage movies, a lot of the terror comes from the fact you're constricted by what you're seeing on the one camera you have. So you don't know, you don't have, here's 4 angles of what's going on to maybe understand better. And at times it does add to the tension because all these different angles and you still don't know what's going on. But sometimes it's just, the restriction of your camera is a tool that could be utilized for good tension and horror, and it wasn't really in this movie. It was a little bit of a bummer. It's not the biggest complaint though, that's kind of a nitpick. So yeah, Blair Witch. Adam Wingard, a director I like, he did a movie that's below him. It's beneath him, let's be honest. This movie deserved a lesser director because it's lesser material. It's not that good a movie. It's not horrible, but it's not good really. It's kind of in that middle ground of just mediocrity where it's not necessarily a bad movie, but there's bad things to it. Like, sometimes the over-the-top nature was too much. I would have preferred if they held back. Give me more subtlety, build some more suspense. Don't just bombastic at me with shit and loud noises and the jump scares. That sucked. But the acting was good enough, even though they were dull characters, and at times it was really effective, and at times the mythology they built up was interesting and neat. But overall, I'm very apathetic to the movie. Like, I don't hate it, I don't like it. It's just in the middle ground. It's a very meh movie with a couple good things to like, but overall, I'm not gonna remember this movie in a week. It's just a forgettable, very bland follow-up that's exactly like the original. Beat for beat, there's not that much difference. They change a few things, but overall, you kinda know what you're getting, and it's just, do you want the more flashy, polished, newer one that's gonna give it to you? It's gonna be faster paced, it's gonna be more over the top, give you more scares, explain more, or do you want the more gritty, realistic feeling one that leaves a lot of unanswered questions, but feels real, a lot more suspense, you know? It's just kind of what your taste is and what you like better, I guess, but this just, it's not gonna stick with me. Adam Wingard's better than this movie. He's a lot better in this movie, and this movie's just kind of forgettable and eh. It had little elements of goodness, but overall, it's just kind of in the middle of just apathy, and I don't care. I would give Blair Witch a C+. It's just, it's whatever. It's a tired retread of the original that had little flickers of greatness. I feel like I keep hearing creepy noises, but anyway, comment below, tell me what you guys thought of Blair Witch. Hope you enjoyed the little skit before. It's horror movie time. I gotta give you a little something, you know? And I wanted to talk about Blair Witch in the woods. Felt appropriate. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Oh shit. It's a house. It's a tree house. I heard a lot of stories where it's like this tree house is where all the evil spirits come together. This is where all the forms of pure evil join up. Right. That's fucking creepy. Okay, we're gonna slip the camera up there. I'm gonna just place it in the corner. Ugh. There. Oh god. Almost fell through the damn ladder. Oh. That's scary. Oh. Oh. Whew. Oh. Just put that there for a second. Whew. Nothing in that room. I don't know, I think they were overstating it when they said there's evil shit everywhere. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god! Ah! Ah! Shouldn't come out here. It's fucking evil. Pure evil. Pure fucking evil. Gotta get out of here now. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should have went in there. Shouldn't have went in there. Oh God, this is all my fault. Oh.